The Bloodline make an unexpected appearance on Raw and attack two WWE stars, message sent to Roman Reigns. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Have a nice day. For WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The Bloodline showed up on the latest episode of WWE Raw and attacked Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. They sent a warning to Roman Reigns, as they assaulted his allies ahead of his match against Solo Sikoa on Raw next month. Drew McIntyre collided with the Master in the main event of the show. He returned to WWE during the opening segment of the show after being taken out by the Scottish Warrior 2 weeks ago. Jey Uso was about to hit Drew McIntyre with a splash during the bout, but Tama Tonga pushed him off the top rope. The former two-time WWE champion and the Bloodline stared at each other, and the Scottish Warrior exited the ring and went to the back. The villainous stable continued assaulting Jey Uso. He tried to fight them all by himself, but Jacob Fatu took him out with a super kick. Solo Sikoa then nailed his brother with the Samoan spike. Sami Zayn came out to save his friend, but he was outnumbered. The Samoan werewolf hit Zayn with a moonsault, and Solo Sikoa hit the latter with a spike. He will face Roman Reigns in a tribal combat match on January 6. The Bloodline sent a very clear message to the OTC. This week's episode of WWE Raw had low expectations since it was pre-taped ahead of Christmas week. And Sami Zayn resumed their feud to open and close the show. Had a sit-down interview with Jackie Redmond and was more serious than usual. The New Day continued to experience the fallout from kicking Big E to the curb. This Monday's Raw only featured one women's match. Io Sky advanced to face Lyra Valkyria next week in the semifinals of the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. Gunther also failed to appear for the second straight week. Here's the best and worst from the latest episode of WWE Raw. Drew McIntyre opened Raw with an emotional promo about his mental and physical state following the brutal Hell in a Cell match with. He mentioned needing a break to heal both his body and his soul since a close family member had passed away. The locker room may not have known that had McIntyre not opened up. Even without them knowing, he claimed only one person reached out while he was away. Sami Zayn sympathized with Drew and criticized him for his words since they chose the life of a WWE star. Zayn stepped into the fray, claiming that what Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso do shouldn't concern him. Telling someone how they should feel isn't the best route. Sami would be right if they hadn't cost McIntyre some big opportunities. Both guys don't have to be easily forgiven by everyone for everything they've done. The Pure Fusion Collective attacked Kairi Sane backstage last week. That thrust Io Sky to take her place in a triple threat match with Alba Fyre and Natalya. Sky predictably won and will face Lyra Valkyria next week. The two have great chemistry and have faced each other in a few matches this year. The problem is Sane keeps getting the short end of things. She's taken the pin in losses for Damage Control and got destroyed by 1 week. Natalya also lost. Having her win the title may not be the most exciting decision, but it would make sense due to her place in WWE history. She's one of the longest tenured and most respected women in the industry. It would also have been a great opportunity for her to join her uncles, Bret and Owen Hart and Davey Boy Smith, who have won the Intercontinental title. WWE decided to reignite the feud between American Made and Alpha Academy. Neither team has done much after they parted ways, yet WWE is returning to the well. Gable squashed Tozawa in less than 5 minutes. Otis saves his friend from further damage. The pairing is still boring, even if Otis gets cheers from the fans. It feels like a holding pattern, so things can change after the premiere of Raw on Netflix. The Judgment Day had a bad night on the latest Raw. And Liv Morgan passively argued with each other by having JD McDonough and Raquel Rodriguez vocalize their points while sitting beside each other. McDonough was tired of the situation, but thought he could fix it and outsmart Damian Priest. He faced the Archer of Infamy until he sniffed out all of the group's hiding members. McDonough stood in the front row dressed as Santa. Only to have Jey Uso come out for the save. The problem was that the same thing happened to open the show as Jay saved Sammy. The new Bloodline thwarted the Master's second attempt. He almost had the upper hand, which would have killed the group's credibility, but Sikoa, Fatu, and Tonga beat him. The tribal heir and his minions stood tall to close the show. They took up enough time on SmackDown and appeared again on Raw. Where's Gunther, Raw's major champion, in all this? Does the Bloodline still really need to be on both shows?